Namaste students. Today we are going to start a new chapter of geography. The name of the chapter is water.
Student, when we think of water, that time some images come to our mind. That means some images like river, sea, ponds, waterfalls come our mind. Okay. The sun's heat causes evaporation of water vapor. We all know that because of sun heat, what happened? Evaporation of water vapor. When the water vapor cools down, after that what happened? Because first line we know that because of the sun's heat, the water evaporate. And then what happened? The water vapor cools down. After that what happens? This water vapor cools down. It condenses and form cloud, and because of this what happened? Through this it's formed cloud. From there it may fall on the land or sea in the form of rain, snow or sleet. After that, after the clouds what happened? It may fall on the land or sea in the form of we can say rain, snow or sleet. Okay. Next, see the process by which water continually changes its form and circulates between oceans, atmosphere and land is known as water cycle. This cycle, that means this process by which first it's evaporate the water, then it cools down, then it's condensed and it's formed cloud. Then after the cloud, it comes to our earth like in the form of rain, snow, etc. This process, that means the whole process is known as what? Water cycle. Next, see the ocean bodies and the sea contain salty water. We all know that the ocean and the seas contain what? Salty water. The water of the ocean is salty or saline as it contains large amount of dissolved salt. We all know that the ocean and the sea water, it contain what? Salt. And because what? It contain large amount of mixed salt. Most of the salt is sodium chloride, and most of the salt is what? Sodium chloride, or the common table salt that we eat. Here you can see the picture of water cycle. See here in this picture, because of the sun heat, what happened? The water evaporate. After that what happened? After that it's formed the clouds, and after that again it comes down in the earth in the form of rain. So this cycle is known as what? Water cycle. See here, distribution of water bodies. That means how the water bodies are distributed. We all know that 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered by water. So here you see first one, ocean, that is 97.3%. And this water is saline water, that means salty. Next, see ice cap 0.2%. Next, groundwater 0.68%. Next, fresh water lakes 0.009%. Next one, inland seas and salt lakes 0.009. Next, atmosphere 0.0019%. And the last one, rivers, that one, the river, that is 0.0001%. From the ice cap up to rivers, these water bodies are fresh water. Here you see the topic is ocean circulation. That means what it is. First, see, unlike the calm waters of ponds and lakes, ocean water keeps moving continuously. We all know that ocean water keeps moving continuously. It is never still. It is not like the water of ponds and lakes. Okay. The movement that occur in ocean can be broadly categorized into three. First one you see waves, second one tides, and the third one is current. What first one, see waves. I think all of you know what is waves. See, when the water on the surface of the ocean rises and falls alternatively, that means when the water of the ocean rises and then what happened? It falls down again. Alternatively, they are called what? Waves. Next is second point. During a storm, the winds blowing at a very high speed form huge waves. During the storm, what happened? The winds blows at a very high speed, and because of this, what happened? A huge waves created, and this may cause tremendous destruction. Next, see an earthquake, a volcanic eruption, or underwater landslide can sift large amount of ocean water. This earthquake, this volcanic eruption, or underwater landslides can sift. This can create what? This can sift large amount of ocean water, and as a result, huge tidal wave called what? Tsunami. Okay, these waves travel at a speed of more than 700 km per hour. Here you can see the picture of waves. Here you see the topic is tides. What it is? See, the rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day is called a tide. That means the rhythmic rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day is called a tide. Okay, rise and fall of ocean water twice in a day is called a what? Tide. Okay, next, see, it is high tide when water covers much of the shore by rising to its highest level. Okay, that means means the tide is high tide when water cover, that means when the ocean water cover much of the shore, that means much of the bank, by rising to its highest level. Okay, and it is low tide when water falls to its lowest level. That means when in the low tide, its water falls to its lowest level and recedes from its shore. That means it is decreased from its shore. Next, see the third point. The strong gravitational pull exerted by the sun and the moon on the earth's surface causes the tide. What is the causes of tide? Because of the strong gravitational pull exerted by whom? By the sun and the moon on the earth's surface create the tides. I am again explaining this point. See, the strong gravitational pull. Because of the strong gravitational pull exerted by the sun and the moon on the earth's surface causes the tides. Next point, see, the water of the earth closer to the moon gets pulled under the influence of the moon's gravitational force and causes high tide. That means, see, the water of the earth, which one is closer to the moon, gets pulled under the influence of the moon's gravitational force, and it causes and it creates high tide. Next, see, during the full moon and the new moon days, that means during the full moon and the new moon days, the sun, the moon and the earth are in the same line. When? During the full moon and the new moon days, then that means that time, that days, the sun, the moon and the earth are in the same line, and the tides are that time, the tides are highest. These tides are called spring tides. Clear? Next, say, but when the moon is in its first and the last quarter, the ocean water gets drawn in diagonally opposite direction. That means when the moon is in its first and the last quarter, that time what happens? The ocean water pull in opposite direction, okay, by the gravitational pull of the sun and the earth, resulting in low tides. That means during these days, what happened? The ocean water gets pulled in opposite direction by the gravitational pull of the sun and the earth, resulting in low tides. These tides are called neap tides. Clear? Next, see, high tides help in navigation. During this time, that means during the high tides time, it is in navigation. It also help in fishing. Here you can see the diagram of spring tides and neap tides. We have already discussed that during the that means in the spring tide time, that time sun, moon and earth are in the same line, and you can see in this diagram. Here you see the topic is ocean currents. What it is? See, ocean currents are the streams of water flowing constantly on the ocean surface in a definite direction. It's very simple. That means ocean currents are the streams of water that is flowing constantly on the ocean surface in a definite direction. Second one is, this ocean currents may be warm or cold. Generally, the warm ocean current originated near the equator and moved towards the poles. We all know these are some imaginary line, and there are North Pole and the South Pole. So, warm ocean current originate near the equator and it moves towards the poles. The cold current carry water from the polar or higher latitudes to tropical or lower latitudes. The cold current carry water from polar or higher latitudes to tropical or lower latitudes. The ocean currents influence the temperature condition of the area. The ocean current influence the temperature condition of that particular area. The warm currents bring about warm temperature over land surface, and the warm currents bring about warm temperature over land surface, and the area where the warm and the cold currents meet that provide the best fishing ground of the world. This is the end of the chapter. Thanks for watching.